Some spaceship designs are complex, yes, but they're a pain in the ass too. What happens is that you start on a spaceship design and you're almost done with it. It doesn't quite look right. There's something not with the vision that you had for it. So you start over and over and over. So one of the things I've learned to do is something that artists do, and that's to create thumbnails. You draw a less detailed, small picture, and then you decide on which one you like most, and you go from there. That's not possible with Starfield, so what I had to do was go to a point where I was satisfied, get out of the builder, save it, and then go back in. Now I've got a mod that allows me to save it even though it's not complete, which is a lifesaver. So here's what I've got right now. This is an X-Wing build, very similar to some earlier Razor leafs I've done, but this one's a lot bigger, a lot more complex. Let's go ahead and get closer. It's got 4 wings and a somewhat X-like configuration, at least as much as this game allows. To get the X, I had Derretech ramps. So that's close, not quite right. And a whole bunch of Deimos wing sections to build the wings. Whole bunch. You can see a little bit of Z fighting right there. It's not bad when you're actually in it, flying it. It's also complex because it's got landing gear in it, and it's got landing bays in it. And that was a pain in the butt to get right. The Derretech right here allowed for that. You can see where I had to make cutouts for the wings. And the reason I did this is because I'm really, really tired of landing bays that are right up against the ground. Like my spaceship's rubbing its butt on it or something. But I also kind of wanted to do the X-Wing configuration. The landing gear I chose for this is kind of a cheat. I'm just going to pretend that it folds up nicely and doesn't cause any trouble. And I've only got 4. And it kind of looks like it should break its back, but yeah, I'm not going to worry about it. There's a lot of room underneath. You can see Seti's lighting. That's kind of neat. I have not put guns on it yet, nor have I painted it. Just barely got it out of the garage. You can see some of Matilija's lighting. I'll put weapons in there eventually. And I'm going to pretend those are retro rockets and not air scoops, even though they look more like air scoops to me. A lot of fiddling about, a lot of use of AvonTech's block, and that's to allow offsets and strange configurations. Let's go ahead and go on inside. This is kind of a vertical build. So I initially tried it with staircases, and that just didn't work out. I used up too much space. So what I've done is I've decided to go ahead with ramps and Matilija's elevator. We'll get to that in a moment. First floor is infirmary again, so they can dump the body if they need to. That's the other bay. It's a long way down. Matilija should put in some Girl from Ipanema music. It's kind of neat. It's fast enough, at least. The first floor, away from the bay, is Brigs, because that's how I make most of my money. 3 Brigs for a total of 12 here, I think. 4, 8, 12. Yeah, boy, I'm terrible at math. And he's supposedly a guard. I'll put a guard station in there with some weapons somehow. 3rd floor is the main floor. Workshop. Normally this door is closed. And this is the living accommodations. We got the Scott class living accommodation plus a better one here. It's nicely appointed, but you know, I think this bathroom is underwhelming, so I threw another bathroom in there that is considerably better. At least it's got 2 toilets in case some guy has used up the toilet so badly that nobody else can use it. Control room here. I think I want to put in another chair. I tried a number of different cockpits, including the larger ones and Matilija's, which is a little bit like a bird in shape, I think. And they all looked a little bit too big, and they sucked up space that could better be used for guns, even though there's no guns on it right now. 4th floor is more Brigs. With another 12. I actually had more. I had upwards of 32 beds, but the whole system gets really laggy when you do that. Next one is the docker. That probably should be an airlocked thing, so I'll have to pull that out and put a real door in. Okay, now since you're in an elevator, that means it's harder to cheat. So you just gotta get used to it. Go take off and see what it looks like. There it is in that classic X-Wing configuration. Go see what she looks like. I've got a couple of different versions. I've got versions that are biplanes. Basically, these wings are narrower and joined up. And so it looks kind of like a delta-shaped biplane. And I've got versions in which the wings are much farther back. I went through so many variations, I think I was driving myself crazy. I'm going to put the guns in those cheek pieces right there where you can see some lighting. And really cool to see Seti's strobe lights go. And of course, his lights for navigation. And, so that's pretty neat. I don't know if it's the most complex thing I've ever done, but it sure feels like it. I've redesigned this over the past 3 or 4 days, I think. And each time I look at it and go, nope, scrub it, forget it. Hopefully it'll look a little bit better once I paint it. One thing that annoys me is Bethesda likes to light the crap out of their ships. That's really way too many lights. I'd like to make it so the only lights on it are ones that I put on. Thank you for watching, and that's it.